Okay, good afternoon, or approaching evening, I guess, at this point. We've developed an awareness campaign, and forgive my German, but Nachbarschaft wirkt. So our campaign description: mental and social health issues are becoming an increasing concern, especially in developed countries where things like alcohol, nutrition, smoking are all well known as health issues, but the mental and social problems aren't as well defined and populations aren't aware. So the Austrian Health Promotion Foundation is uniting the efforts of organizations already working to make a concerted effort to increase awareness among neighborhoods. And we have come up with a public awareness campaign that targets all inhabitants of Austria. But since that's quite difficult, we also have a special emphasis on low-income and low-education groups, specifically single parents, the elderly, people who have long-term unemployment, and other demographics. So our aims and objectives, like I said, to raise public awareness with a coherent communication campaign and to achieve our target group awareness within 1 year. We also plan to have the online platform, which will provide information and have a presence online that people can go to in addition to the campaign that we have developed. And our last objective is to inform and support groups that are already working with additional information to our target groups.
Well, I'm going to briefly talk about our logical framework. Well, in the first column, it's hierarchically our objectives. In the second column, the objectively verifiable indicators, the OBIs, the SOVs, the source of verification in the third, and in the last column are preconditions and assumptions. To verify the overall goal, the long-term idea of our campaign, we combined our overall objective with an FGÖ target. The FGÖ is owned or a department of the Health Ministry of Austria, and they have Rahmengesetzziele, it's so called in German. Those are 10 objectives they have to actually achieve. And our overall objective is decreasing mental health problems of the population, and that actually tackles target number 9 of the FGÖ objective plan, and that states that it's the target 9 is to increase psychosocial health of the Austrian population. We want to our indicators for that is the decrease in mental health problems, and our source of verification. We would look into, it's a long-term goal, but we will look into health insurance companies' data, number of suicides, number of mental health diagnoses. Our project purpose is to increase interaction of neighbors and social contacts, and that goes along with FGÖ target number 5, which states the increase health through social interaction. So we also here verify our midterm goal of our campaign. And our OVI is to increase social interaction between neighbors and communities. And some sources of verification we figured out might be increasing the number of community events, number of lawsuits within the neighborhood. You can also look into how well a neighborhood is actually interacting with each other. And our results are the results of our activities. We have to raise awareness of our of the positive effects of social contacts. And our OVIs is to increase awareness as well as correlation and importance of neighborhood and social contacts. And to evaluate that, we conduct surveys, we do market research, we count the participation in our activity. We also look into detailedly analyze our online activities. Well, and the fourth column is to our precondition and assumptions. It's basically that you make an assumption what must happen that I can achieve the next stage of our goal. I'm not going to go into detail with that, but yeah. So if that happens, then we can go to the next stage. If that happens, then we can actually reach the next stage.
Okay, I will go on with the stakeholder analysis. We identified in total 19 stakeholders, but we could cluster it into 3 main stakeholder groups, which are the main target groups, the partners and the media. As we've heard already, the main partner groups, they are in total all people living in Austria, but we have an emphasis on 4 target groups, which are unemployed people, elderly people, people with migration background, and single parents. With the partners, they are pretty essential stakeholders for us because they are already focusing on the work with the target groups, and they provide already existing networks. So we identified for the IMS, which is the Unemployment Office, for targeting the unemployed people, social workers and social centers, municipalities, also religious institutions for the people with migration background, and schools and kindergartens for single parents, and also some sports clubs and institutions. As you can see in the stakeholder analysis, the main partners we should directly involve them because they've high power and high interest, and that's what we are planning to do. Because as we already revealed, we're planning a flash mob, and we want to recruit the people, some volunteers, from the partners, because the volunteers have intrinsic motivation to enforce our campaign, and also to avoid predictability. And we also want to make the evaluation, part of the evaluation, by the help of the partners. The target group, because we're not in direct contact with them, we're just like targeting them, but we use the media, the partners, to go to the target groups. So we just have to keep them informed. And the media, they have really a high power because we're striving for a collaboration. So we also we say the media that we are planning this flash mob, but we shouldn't make it too public. But this is also like a sort of help for us to make it more public and more that more people can get awareness.
So now it's about time to get excited because I'm going to tell you about our communication tools. Well, to recall one more time our target group. Our target group is all people living in Austria, and with a special emphasis on low income, people with low income and low education. Due to our budget, it's insanely difficult to actually target those this group, to target this group with one campaign. So actually, we separated those target groups. So we have all people in Austria. We have some strategies to target all people in Austria and target specifically, on the other hand, people with low income, low education. Well, for targeting all people living in Austria, we thought about we are going to make a flash mob. I'm going to go into detail how this flash mob would look like. We're going to shoot a video. We have also some visualization for our program to target our low income, low education population. We developed a poster strategy. And last but not least, we also have this micro website Jason already talked about, this online platform for additional information, for further information. I'm going to talk about that too. Well, our flash mob. A flash mob is a highly random activity. So, I mean, if you do a flash mob in a back alley when nobody is there, it's just like poof and nobody noticed anything. So our idea is we contract the largest newspaper in Austria, die Kronenzeitung, and tell them we're going to be there. We're going to explain them why we're going to be there and why it's important. And of course, they get money from us. So they probably not going to do that for free, but we're going to contract them and tell them what we're going to do. Just one more time, why we chose a flash mob. Due to our budget, again, limitations, flash mob is highly cost effective. You can target with very low cost. You have only those coaching costs, equipment costs for the flash mob. You can target actually, if you do it right, a large amount of the population. And that's the negative part. You have to do it right, and you have to introduce it with a big bang. And we want to do 8 simultaneous flash mob in cities in all of Austria. We have 3 in Vienna, we have 1 in Klagenfurt, we have 1 in Graz, we have 1 in Linz, and 1 in Salzburg, and 1 in Innsbruck. So 8 simultaneous flash mobs. So they should start at the same time. That's really a big bang.
At the same day.
At the same day, of course. At the same time, at the same day. We think about approximately 60 people per flash mob. For the timing again, it has to be a public place. You have to reach a lot of people. And we thought about Christkindlmärkte during Christmas time. There are a lot of people. There are people with various backgrounds, not only tourists, but all over the city. You can reach a lot of people at the Christmas market. Our strategy is how we want to do the flash mob. Music is playing. We have a dance. We have umbrellas, tandem umbrellas for 2 people. So every dancer has an umbrella with actually 2 umbrellas, so a tandem umbrella. So the one spot is empty. It's invitation for your neighbor. Talk to your neighbor. You are under one roof. Talk to your neighbor. Interact with them. We provide also T-shirts with some slogans. I'm gonna talk about them in a few seconds. And we have at the end of the flash mob a big banner. To show you an idea how a flash mob with umbrella would look like, I have a small example. Okay, there, great. Oh God, okay, I think. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna click on the link, and it's really it's pretty catchy. Jason's singing the song the whole day. Well, sorry. Again, we want to do those 8 flash mobs at the same time. We're gonna print our slogan, our logo on the umbrellas. We have a banner so that people not only see some people dancing, they should also know why they are dancing. So attract attention with the help of a flash mob. Yes. Well, to talk about our video visualization and micro websites, we have the slogan, Denke eine Tür weiter. What, if you translate it, is think one door further. So think about your neighbor. And yeah, just to give an image about the tandem umbrellas, you can use that logo on posters, on umbrellas, that you don't know who's next to you. Try to get to know this person. And the right one should be not a creepy person who's actually spying on people, but it should also, you're living in this locked up world. You should get out of it and look into the next door and try to reach that person. And for our idea how we actually want to shoot the video, I'm going to describe you the scene. Well, imagine you just see two doors. And it's obvious that the people who are living there are neighbors. And you just see the doors open and closing. And people are coming out and coming back, and coming out and coming back, and getting older and older and older. And at one point, you just see one door open and some medics inside of that room. And the other person stops, looks into that room and says, bye. And then it's just a slogan, Denke eine Tür weiter. Think one door further. So actually, those people live their whole life next to each other. And the first word they said to each other when everything was, or the first communication they did, was when everything was already too late. So that was our idea of how we so that's how we do the video. So we're gonna upload that video on YouTube. We're gonna also, of course, shoot videos of the flash mob. We're gonna upload them. You can find links to that video and the flash mob video on the micro website. You can access the micro website on the FGÖ page. Yes. And last but not least, our poster strategy. I think Michael talked already a little bit about that. So we want to contact our partners and use their established network, our main partners, religious institutions, social networks, sports clubs, whatever, and talk to them that they help us distributing the posters and distributing the information. That should happen after the flash mob. That we say, did you hear about the flash mob? Look, it's about that. Look at that website. So it doesn't really matter where you do that, but try in any district, in any part of town or neighborhood where people live with low education, low income. There are good statistics, but you can choose that randomly. So that's completely open. How we want to do that? Okay.
Okay, the risk analysis. This is about how to overcome the potential obstacles we have. So we were screening a bit the social weather, like what would make the people refuse our idea, refuse the flash mob and so on. So first of all, we can also choose an unsuitable location where no people is there. So we could also make it on the mountains, but it probably won't have an impact. Also risk of not spreading our message. We could have a misleading slogan. We can have a misinterpretation of the flash mob, that it's just a demonstration. Could also happen, but we are trying to tackle this with the umbrellas and with the slogans in the umbrellas, on the umbrellas, and also with the banner at the end. So it's really spreading the message. Also, homogeneous target group, and it shouldn't be predictable. So that's why we want to recruit the people participating in the flash mob from the partners, and because normally you just recruit the people from social media, but it would be too public, so everybody would know about it, so it wouldn't be the surprising effect anymore, the emotional effect. And it shouldn't be not frequently, because if you do it 5 times a week in a town, like it's getting a bit boring. So that's why we also decided to make it simultaneously, that we really have a big impact all over Austria. And yeah, it could happen that they're just not interested, but we hope the best. For the partners, our risk could be that they refuse a collaboration, but since we share the common goal, we expect that they collaborate. could also happen that they demand for high financial promotions, especially for sports club or sports institutions, which might have low interest in participating, but we still have something on the budget. And also lack of interest from the media, so that they won't make a contract.
So I'll talk about evaluation, and both our posters, the website, and YouTube videos. First of all, the public awareness evaluation is expensive and very difficult. So we've found some strategies that we think will work. It's very difficult, maybe impossible, to get an accurate impact assessment or evaluation because all the people in Austria are our target group. So we've broken our evaluation down into two categories, being all the people in Austria and then the low income, low education. For all the people in Austria, we'll use online surveying via a market research company, which can research different markets, and they can also do that for the poster campaign. And online analysis of the micro website and YouTube video using analytics information, YouTube and Google Analytics. Google owns YouTube, so they also have a similar platform. With Google Analytics, you can not only just see how many clicks, because that's not very useful to figure out how many people are seeing your website. So Google offers a free service if you sign your website up with them called Google Analytics, and you can look at different demographics, time, date, relatively exact locations. So you can not only see which cities, countries, which area of the city they're coming from, and you can look at other demographic information based on census and other things to see who is living in those areas. So the nice thing about this information, it will tell us when, so how close to after the flash mobs have happened people are visiting the website, and where they're coming from, if the traffic is in Austria, and which areas from those flash mobs had the most traffic. It will also show us how long or how much time people have spent on our website and which part of the website they're on when they leave the website, so what is most unattractive. YouTube does something, it's all very similar. You can see where they're viewing it, so if we have it embedded in our micro web page, you can tell whether they viewed it there or on YouTube's site. You can see how long they've watched the video, if they're actually interested, and also the demographics information. For the low income, I think that's it for analytics. Low income, low education, we will network with our partners to do surveys of who they've reached, because they're the ones that have distributed the posters and have developed that target group. So they will survey them, and we can also use market research to figure out who has been affected. And as it says here, 1-year examination of various media channels. You can do different companies offer services where they do newspaper clippings, can evaluate TV, news, and see how many times our campaign has been brought up within the last year.
Okay, shortly, let's have a look on the budget plan. Like the flash mob is relatively cheap, but still we have 8 flash mobs, so we're calculating with about 60,000 euros per flash mob for all the flash mobs, including the organizations of facilities and coaches, training, the T-shirts, which we are distributing, the umbrellas, also the banner and other stuff. We also, because we are trying to get a contract with Krone, with the Austrian newspaper, we still have to pay for their service, so this is pretty expensive, but yeah. Also the video YouTube and put it on the website. Posters for target groups, as I said already, for the target groups for the partners with the low interest. Maybe we also have to give some financial incentives and for budget for partners' expenses. Run a micro website, and also for the evaluation, we were calculating for the public awareness, the market research, and for the specific survey through our partners. And yeah, we come up with 175,000 euros, and that's what FGÖ offers us. So just as a reminder why we think that our idea matches with our strategy is the best way to reach our goals as to raise awareness, is the flash mobs are new, innovative, surprising, it's cost effective and cost efficient, it offers an emotional experience for the witnesses. We can make a collaboration with the media, which can help to reach our goals, and it raises awareness of a large population. Whereas the posters raise the awareness of our main target groups, and the posters can enforce our campaign and can offer like a continuous awareness. So plus we can also achieve a nationwide attraction through the simultaneous flash mobs, and therefore a spillover effect also to the media. That's our intention. So thanks for your attention, and please also you think one door further.